These are molded. Okay, so these ones are supposed to be good until December, and we just got them from the store. It says used by December 8th, 2024, and today's date is October 16th. So these are supposed to be good for like another 2 months. This is molded. That's mold. This is not safe. Especially like kids that are so young, they may not know what mold looks like, so they might just eat it.
Nobody gives a shit about Lunchly anymore, so I need you guys to run the video up anyway. I finally found the fucking cracker one that Lunchly had. I never had this one. I tried every other one in existence, and I never had the fucking main one because it was always sold out. Everybody, I guess, run the video up, but I just have a feeling nobody cares about this anymore.
When I saw Mr. Beast, Logan Paul, and KSI announce they're launching a Lunchables competitor, I wasn't surprised when I saw it had seed oils, processed sugar, and a bunch of bull.
Lunchy was supposed to be the next wild takeover, the kind of thing people thought would flip the whole lunch game upside down. Mr. Beast, KSI, and Logan Paul teamed up like they were assembling some influencer super squad, ready to revolutionize kids' lunches with their so-called healthier version of Lunchables. Crackers, meat, cheese, and a bottle of Prime, all stuffed in one tray. It was hyped like the birth of a billion-dollar empire, but in just a few weeks, everything fell apart. Fake health claims exposed, parents calling it trash, and stores yanking the boxes off shelves because they were literally molding. It was a disaster wearing neon packaging. So where's Lunchy now? Did they shut it down quietly after getting smacked with an 80% sales drop? Or are they still trying to convince kids to eat this science project like nothing happened? Back in October 2023, the launch teasers exploded online.
Looks like crap to me, while showing his toys that he sold to kids. How does this benefit your fans, Dan? Now, obviously, people didn't realize that I was shining a mirror in his face. Instead, they were like,
wait, you did the same as Dan. You made toys with Tube Heroes.
And yes, that's fair, but I'm not the one complaining.
Well, okay then. He was talking about food, not merchandise and toys.
And I'm like, okay, sure. Let's keep moving the goalposts. But okay, did I reply to this? He was sponsored, then promoted, and made a whole video on Munch Pack, a monthly sub box full of food and candy to his Minecraft audience full of kids. Now what?
Logan and KSI were riding those prime numbers that had investors looking at them like they hacked reality. Mr. Beast could blink and hit 30 million views like he typed spawn engagement. And the pitch was simple. Copy the Lunchables format, swap the juice for Prime, drop sugar by 25%, and boom, suddenly it's wellness. Parents saw electrolytes. Kids saw those bright colors screaming from the shelves. Retailers saw bags full of money. And YouTube? YouTube was already whispering about $1 billion valuation before anyone even knew what the meat tasted like. Walmart cleared space instantly. Some Target stores even had wait lists like this was a new iPhone instead of a plastic tray with crackers sitting under fluorescent lights.
Yeah, like I like my cheese moldy, bro.
Yo! When she saw that, she must have been jumping,
bro.
She must have been like,
yo.
Yes!
Yo, Roseanne.
And oh my God! Bro, going at you guys or at Beast, you could get so many likes.
On their podcast, the trio bragged about 9-figure pre-orders, like they already knew it was going to run the world. They were calling it Prime 2.0, but the real question was who actually wanted processed meat paired with an influencer hydration drink. Like seriously, who thought that combination was normal? And don't even get me started on the nutrition angle, because that's the part they skipped while hyping the dream. Food isn't merch. You can't just talk your way around sodium like it disappears because you said a motivational quote. The real plot twist wasn't in the flashy ads. It was hiding inside the nutrition label like a jump scare nobody asked for. When the product actually dropped, the internet started sounding alarms instantly. Reddit posts went viral after someone pointed out that the turkey kit had 810 milligrams of sodium. For an 8-year-old, that's like blowing through a third of their whole day's limit before lunch even hits the table. That 25% less sugar line they bragged about?
That actually is so good.
Turns out it only worked if you compared it to the one Lunchable that came with a cookie and sugary juice. Compare it kit to kit, and the difference was so tiny it might as well have been a typo. And that whole real cheese claim? Yeah. The ingredients list looked more like something you'd see taped to the wall of a chemistry classroom. Sodium phosphate, mold inhibitors, nothing illegal, but definitely not the fresh dairy dream the box was trying to sell. So when Mr. Beast, Logan Paul, and KSI popped up saying they were dropping their own Lunchables-style kit, nobody was shocked. But when folks saw seed oils, processed sugar, and a whole stack of weird additives, people instantly started side-eyeing the whole thing. Parents did what parents do. They hit TikTok with at-home kitchen tests, lining everything up and letting their kids taste both versions blind.
Imagine being a motherfucker who's angry that we made this. Crackers, bro? You mad cause we made crackers? This is what you're mad about? Bruh. It's a turkey, real cheese, and cracker stack. And by the way, it's great.
And guess what? Over and over, the kids said the regular Lunchables tasted better. How are you going to claim you're the upgrade when the original beats you in a simple taste test? That's wild. But the craziest part? While the internet was debating what was in the box, and parents were dragging the whole product left and right, the trio, Mr. Beast, KSI, Logan, kept posting like everything was sunshine. More freezer aisle videos, more "we changed the game" TikToks. It felt like they were pretending nothing existed, like the whole situation was on mute. Or maybe they literally muted the word sodium on X. Then everything went from embarrassing to serious real fast. Independent lab tests dropped, and suddenly people were reading the results like crime scene files.
Yeah, on the mold thing, here's the thing. We, every single lunchie with cheese meat is USDA inspected. There is no mold when it leaves our factory. Like, we have the highest QC standards imaginable. Like, what do we have? Why would we ship that out? Like, that doesn't even make sense. You know what I mean? And we obviously have the best experts in the world. I mean, even once these things come out, I mean, we brought even more. They're pouring up and down the lines, making sure everything's good. It's just, the thing is, here's a context a lot of people leave out. Look at, I don't want to name specific brands but take a specific brand that comes into your mind when you think of something like Lunchly, something that's very similar, specific brand, I don't know, other brands, competitors, and Google their name and put the word mold behind it. You'll see thousands upon thousands of examples. And that, I think, is a key context a lot of people leave out in this because they're acting like this is just a thing with us.
The kits showed measurable lead. Yeah, still under FDA limits, but doctors jumped in immediately, reminding everyone that any amount of lead in kids' food is a problem. Then folks started talking about phthalates, those plasticizer chemicals nobody wants near a child's meal. And that slick, healthier branding started looking like something copied straight off a random wellness podcast thumbnail. But the moment that completely shattered trust, mold. Clips started circulating showing fuzzy green spots on the cheese, popping up on TikTok like horror jump scares. And these weren't one-offs or someone forgetting the kit open. There were multiple videos from totally different stores. Instead of a loud public recall, the brand tried a quiet move, calling it a voluntary quality hold, which basically meant pull the product but don't tweet a word about it. And the founders' reactions? All over the place. KSI joked about the mold like it was just some regular day problem. Logan laughed it off too, cracking jokes like people weren't posting spoiled food from his product. Meanwhile, Mr. Beast didn't say a thing. Silence. But everyone watching could tell they were scrambling behind the scenes trying to figure out how this became a whole scandal. When Logan finally addressed it on the podcast, he blamed moisture and supply chain mess-ups, saying they were still feeding millions, but he never offered a real apology. The cheese was drippy. But the accountability? That part was nowhere to be found. Let's talk real numbers, because every hype train eventually has to face a calculator. Year 1 retail sales came in around $92 million, which sounds huge until you remember these guys were out here promising a chill billion like it was pocket change. That's not ambitious, that's like trying to launch a paper airplane straight to the moon. By quarter 3 the following year, revenue didn't just dip, it crashed. Deep double-digit drops. Stores didn't even want to keep it on shelves anymore because shoppers weren't touching it. Folks were freaked out by the chemicals, terrified of the moldy cheese clips, and the whole product felt like a risk instead of a lunch. And just when it seemed like things couldn't get any worse, here came Dan TDM and his squad. What happened next was a cultural earthquake. Dan TDM posted on Twitter calling out the product for selling crap to kids, and that tweet hit harder than any PR nightmare they'd ever imagined. With just one post, Dan basically wiped the brand off the map. The impact was instant and brutal. KSI tried clapping back with Toy Mo screenshots, but come on, that's not the same lane at all. You're comparing a plastic pickaxe to deli meat.
Lunchly versus Lunchables.
With Lunchly, you get double the amount of liquid.
Prime has no sugar added, more electrolytes, and more B vitamins.
Crunch Bar.
Boo.
Feastables Crunch.
Yeah!
Our pizza uses real cheese. Theirs, as it says on their box, is mozzarella pasteurized prepared cheese product. They can't even call it real cheese. We're also 30 less calories, 3 less grams of fat, and 8 less grams of sugar.
It made the whole response look lost. Even Jacksepticeye stepped in with that, you mess with Dan, you mess with YouTube energy, and once those two lined up, it was over. Dan, Jack, and the entire internet tag-teamed the brand into oblivion. Lunchy never stood a chance. And to make things even wilder, Logan rushed to defend himself with Reddit posts, tweets, and some behind-the-scenes factory clips showing they test for dangerous chemicals. It was giving, please believe us. But after everything that happened, nobody was buying it. But nothing really saved it. Even Mr. Beast jumped in with a long thread trying to steady the ship, but it read more like a sponsored post than a real response, and it didn't convince anybody. After that short storm of drama, maybe 1 or 2 months, Lunchy pretty much faded out of existence like it never happened.
New product Lunchly. It's a better for you lunch product that has prime and feastables and entree. Say it, you can stand up!
So you might wonder, is Lunchy officially ended? Technically no. The website still sits there pretending everything's normal, and every now and then you might spot a random kit floating around online like some rare shiny Pokemon someone forgot to delete. But that $1 million dream they were bragging about? That's gone. Vaporized. Lunchy promised parents a better option, promised retailers a breakout hit, and promised kids something fun. But what did we actually get? Processed meat with influencer energy slapped on the box, electrolyte marketing like it was a sports drink, and a product that hit the meme cycle faster than anything they ever imagined. And honestly, the most satisfying part isn't that it failed. It's why it failed. Because for once, facts, salt levels, safety concerns, and straight-up taste beat out all the hype videos and glossy storytelling. Next time a creator swears they reinvented food, don't get hypnotized by the TikTok edits. Flip the box. If the numbers add up, cool. But if the cheese is drippy and the claims look sketchy, that's your sign to leave it right where it's sitting. So yeah, by 2025, Lunchy isn't officially shut down, but let's be honest, it's basically gone. I wouldn't be shocked at all if they announced the official shutdown any day now, because nobody's lining up to buy that thing anymore. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, make sure to like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you in the next one.